right, Boxing Awards Part 2. I probably dropped the other one today and then finish out. Sunday, we got Knockout of the Year and Fight of the Year. Like I said, I ain't seen every fight, but these are my personal picks. Appreciate everybody for checking in. If you didn't see the first one, our Duck of the Year, and also we did our Fight of the Year already. Upset of the Year. I'll put that link in the description. So just drop down, you can check it out. But let's start with Knockout of the Year. I had 3 of them. Wilder Ortiz, Wilder Breazeale, and Inoue versus Rodriguez. Inoue versus Rodriguez was, he knocked him out with, I think, a left hook. Knocked him down, got up, knocked him with a left hook to the body. There's just a lot of energy, and he knocked him out. It might not be your traditional knockout, but it had a good backstory. Inoue dropped him to the body, but his Emmanuel Rodriguez, who was supposed to fight Luis Nery in the Wilder Ortiz 2 undercard, ironically, had put his hands on his father at the weigh-in. All right, so he put his hands on the Inoue father, and like I said on social media, I said that's like killing John Wick dog. And that's exactly what it was. Inoue in the first round, he baited him. He touched him up, didn't let him know his real power, and then when he got the opportunity in the second round, I believe, he just gave him that business, big left hook to the side of the face, which went through and busted his nose open. You know what I'm saying? And just splattered all over the canvas, dropped him. He got up, dropped him with a sweet left hook to the body. It was just a lot of electricity in there, man. That's why I picked that one. It was just a lot of drama behind it. I think that came in third. Ortiz and Wilder, big knockout here. I think Wilder is more technical than people give him credit for, or maybe more, IQ savvy than people give him credit for. The big difference in that fight was Ortiz didn't take advantage when he had Wilder on the ropes. Wilder would cover up or go to the turnbuckle, he'd cover up and he'd escape out the side door. And for Luis Ortiz, he just didn't capitalize on it. His knockout was due to fatigue. And I guess Wilder put a lot of pressure on you. Being a big puncher, being fast, being tall. A lot of opponents got to punch up to him. And Ortiz got tired. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz was supposed to be in the best shape of his life. And he had opportunities to let his hands go and get off on Wilder, which he continued to headhunt instead of go to the body. And, he didn't take advantage of Wilder back on the ropes. And ultimately, that was his own undoing. When Wilder got him on the ropes, he had Wilder on the ropes. I seen him tired a couple rounds before that, breathing real hard. And he had Wilder on the ropes. He just didn't take advantage. But Wilder got him. When he had Wilder on the ropes, Wilder slid, stepped aside, hit him with a pawn triple jab. And Ortiz just was tired, and he landed a big right hand where you can see the sweat. Even in the picture right there, you see the sweat come off and the grease come off Luis Ortiz's head. One time Wilder put Ortiz on the rope. It was it. Ortiz put Wilder on the ropes, several times in that fight. But that was real technical of Wilder, man. He slid, he turned him, you know what I'm saying? He got him out of position, and he was getting tired. You look at that round and the round before, Ortiz's mouth was open. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Some guys, just got great stamina. Some guys don't. Ortiz just one of those guys who got stamina issues, and that's probably the reason why he got popped his whole career, or a few times his career, because he got problems with stamina, and that's the difference. When you can't dictate the pace, what I'm saying, that's one of the underrated attributes. When a guy can't dictate the pace and you step up the pace, it's all bad. You see now with Errol Spence and Kell Brook, when Errol stepped up the pace, what happened? Kell Brook couldn't fight there no more. So at the end of the day, if you let somebody fight at their pace, you know what I'm saying, they probably going to go 12, or they probably going to have success. But Wilder stepped it up at the right time, and that's coming second for knockout of the year. For me, the true knockout of the year was the Breazeale knockout. It was a lot of animosity. Breazeale was talking a lot of shit, just like Dillian White is right now. He was talking his shit, you know what I'm saying, and he said Wilder ain't that good. He a bum. I'm going to knock him out. And it was some confusion. How did Dominic Breazeale become the mandatory? He beat Eric Molina, and people forget Dillian White was a silver champion. Silver champion, you got to fight 2 title eliminators. He had an opportunity to fight Ortiz several times. He fought Lucas Brown. He fought Joseph Parker. He had an opportunity to fight Dominic Breazeale. Breazeale said, I'll put my mandatory on the line. Guess what he did? He fought who did he fight? He fought Derek Chisora in a rematch. So at the end of the day, he did what he deserved, and Dominic Breazeale did what he had to do to get a mandatory. And coming into the fight, he was talking a lot of crap, saying how Wilder was a bum, and he needed a Ebonics. What did he say? He needed Ebonics dictionary, whatever it was, or ghetto dictionary. He was playing into that stupid Alabama, narrative, and Wilder gave him what he was looking for. You know what I'm saying? He tried. Dominic Breazeale tried to get up. And that was a huge shot. Big 1-2, big 2, and he crumbled. You can see when he got his chin hit, his legs gave out, and he just crumbled. Nobody knocked out Dominic Breazeale like that. Not even Anthony Joshua. And it was just a lot of electricity in the air, man. So that's my knockout of the year. Dominic Breazeale getting knocked out by Deontay Wilder, then Wilder Ortiz 2. That was a knockout. That was the second one. Inoue was the third one. Also, you had Devin Haney had a big knockout. You had T.O. have a big knockout. You had a lot of guys have good knockouts this year, but for me, the caliber of knockout was different. All these was on elite level stages, and that's why I was elite. That's why I picked them too. These three, man. But hey, some people may differ. Let's talk about fight of the year. We got 3 candidates: Thurman, Pacquiao, Inoue, Donaire, Errol, Spence, Shawn Porter. This was a tough one because I enjoyed all 3 of them, man. I didn't catch Inoue and Donaire live. I watched it. I went back and rewatched it. Man, this is really tough. Really tough. Inoue Donaire, that was a good fight. I could put that in third. I put that third. That was a good fight. Donaire ended up getting knocked out, knocked down in 9th and 10th. He came in 20 pounds heavier than Inoue. Inoue suffered a broken orbital bone in this fight. He'd be back. He'd been back in April. I think in Vegas they said, but you know what? It showed that he can box and stick and move the whole fight. Donaire landed some big left hooks. Inoue was sticking the move and landed some big shots. They both showed hearts of champions. They was warriors in there, and it was just high energy the whole fight. It really wasn't a dull moment, man. And they was in there slugging it out. And you would think it was 2 heavyweights in there, the way they was exchanging leather. But Inoue just had too much boxing skills. And one thing that was key in this fight, and it's always a gift and a curse, when you come in 20 pounds heavier, that means you're going to be a slower. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you faster or not. And Inoue came in lighter. He had a dog chin. Hand speed was the difference. Foot speed was really good. And you know what? He landed some good body shots here and there too. Donaire was just looking for that big left hook, and he was finding it. But Inoue was able to eat it. And he was able to return fire with his hands and feet. His feet getting out the way and his hands getting in there. He showed he could box on the back foot. He showed he can use angles. You know what I'm saying? And I think he showed that he can also move up, weight classes. He showed the finesse ability. But number 2 on the list for me was Shawn Porter, Errol Spence. That was a good fight. They went to war. Shawn Porter was going at Errol Spence's body, going at his head. Errol Spence, when he chose to be on the front foot, he was going to Shawn's body. It was a close fight. It was just a lot of energy in the building. Similar to the Inoue and Donaire. That energy was different in the Staples Center, though. You know what I'm saying? Being in America, it was just different. Errol Spence, scored the knockdown in the 11th round. That was the deciding factor on my scorecard for him to get the victory. But, him and Shawn with the war, they was banging like some Mexicans in there. And I even had Mexicans saying that, man. But, it was a good fight from round 1 to round 12. It was competitive. It wasn't one-sided. Shawn was coming. Errol was coming back. I feel that, if Shawn was able to have a little bit more power, or he was able to create a little bit more leverage on his punches, a little bit more space, if he could figure that out, how not to smother his work, I think Shawn Porter would be a better fighter. And I think Shawn Porter wouldn't be, kind of billed as an average welterweight before the Errol Spence fight. Since he almost beat Errol Spence, people elevate him to elite welterweight status, but his history shows us that he averaged top 10 heavyweight because he lost to all the top ones. And that may have told us that Errol Spence is not that good, but Shawn Porter just is the bridesmaid. You know what I'm saying? I think the lack of getting his punches off cleaner, I think hurts him on the scorecards and not having the punching power. But give credit to Errol. You know, Errol was landing vicious body shots, and when Errol chose to be on the front foot, he had more success. When Shawn was able to push him back, he didn't have so much success. But I think he was pressing for the knockout some. And when he gets to this level, you're not gonna knock out everybody. All right, but fight of the year for me was Pacquiao and Thurman. From my personal experience, went to a movie theater for both the latter two, Shawn and Errol, and Pacquiao and Thurman. Wasn't no fight like that. That fight was high energy. You know, that fight was in Vegas. That fight, you know, it was a dog fight. You know what I'm saying? The way, you know, Pacquiao in the first round dropped Keith. You know what I'm saying? You know, him Keith with a lot of shots, and you know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of going back and forth. Pacquiao landing monster shots. That kind of reminded you of an old school throwback fight. I think Keith put on a great performance. Obviously, Manny put on an exceptional performance. So that's my fight of the year, Keith and Manny Pacquiao. It was a lot of energy, man. A lot of energy in that ring. It was a lot of combat back and forth. It wasn't nobody moving, wasn't nobody hiding, wasn't nobody ducking. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman had to be on the front foot, and I believe that fight could have went either way, in my opinion. You know, and that's one of the reasons I give it the nod over Donaire and Inoue and Errol and Shawn, because I think that fight, you know, I think Errol, people say could have went that anyway, but I think Errol I think Errol won that one. But you could have even made a case for Thurman to win or Pacquiao, but you know, Pacquiao always in classical good fights, and that's why a lot of people like Manny Pacquiao, man. He always in them good old fights, and him and Thurman put that work in, man. So that's my fight of the year. Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. KO of the year, Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, KO and Dominic Breazeale. Other than fight of the year, was other ones. I heard TJ Dehani and Danny Roman. I didn't ever catch that one. It was a good fight. I mean, you had other fights out there. People say J-Rock and Jerry Hurd, even though that was a one-sided fight. How's that fight of the year when one got dominated? Maybe upset of the year candidate. But hey, it is what it is, man. Let me know what you guys think. I could come back with part 3 today, and we'll wrap it up probably tomorrow. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? The link's in the description. Best way to donate, share the video. And let me know what you guys think about these awards. You got any other candidates, or you think different? Let me know in the comment section. Y'all know what the business is. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Don't forget, check out the channel out. Motor City Sports Talk for everything Detroit sports news. The whole 9. If you want to continue to support the channel, we gone.